Hello my people, welcome back to the channel once again. I hope you're doing fine wherever you are. And to my returning subscribers and viewers, I really appreciate your love and support. So on today's topic, I want us to watch this clip from a Jamaican woman who has come out and exposed the real reason why the Chinese investors are moving from Jamaica. So guys, let us watch till the end and I'll be back with more comments. All credits goes to the original creator of the video, and I'm your host, Julie Reaction.
The Chinese man say then done with Jamaica. They are finished with Jamaica. Then they pack them bag and go away left Jamaica. They don't want to have nothing to do with Jamaican people anymore. Then they pack up them businesses, them grandparents, everybody where they are Jamaica. Then they left everything. So, if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions on what these Chinese people have to say, please keep on watching your girl, cause I got a lot to. So I was reading a news article in the Gleaner where they say the Chinese shun Jamaica. So I'm gonna say some of the direct things that they said in this news article. I don't agree with the title because Chinese can mean anything. They need to be more specific. But the Chinese businessmen and women of Jamaica that lives in Jamaica, that works in Jamaica, said then they left, then can't bother, then leaving. So the Chinese man that they were actually interviewing says while some business are still operating in Jamaica, they're investing in migration plans. So they're still working and collecting Jamaican dollars and selling the Jamaican people what their stuff, their products, and making money. But they're also having a backup plan. They're also getting all the money they can get from out the Jamaican people to migrate to somewhere else. The Chinese community is heavily targeted by criminals. They get robbed at gunpoint very often, hostage situation, and tied up at home. The Chinese had a meeting with JCF, and JCF is the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The superintendent relating to crime problems because they were on the verge of closing down all businesses in Jamaica. So the man that was being interviewed saying that the Chinese community is heavily targeted by criminals and they were on the verge of just giving up all their business and just closing everything down and leaving. And that's when they actually had a meeting with the superintendent about crime and violence in their community. And next, the Chinese said the Chinese Mr. or Mrs. Chin is disrespectful. Cultural differences with Jamaicans Jamaicans are more outgoing and enthusiastic. Most Chinese leave in the retirement age because they don't feel safe. They don't feel like the healthcare system is going to be beneficial to them in the long run, and there's no benefit to paying taxes. So they can pay taxes and they won't get any benefits when they retire, basically. And they don't feel welcomed. So let me put on this. I wrote down everything that I said. So the Chinese people say that they're done with Jamaica, they are left, they don't feel welcome, the cultural differences is affecting them and all these things. So hi, hello. Did the Jamaican people ask you to come to their country? That's the first question. Did we ask you to migrate from China, Japan, any Asian countries that you belong to, or even America? Did we ask you to come to our country and open up businesses in our country? No, we did not ask you to do that. So if you leave, you will leave at your own free will, because we never invited you in our country, and for real, we don't need you in our country at all. It's full time now. Jamaica stand up on their own 2 feet and start go back to farming yam and dashing and cassava and all these things. And start make these Chinese people feeding dog coat, dog, rat, cat, horse and all these things. Okay? So the Chinese people saying that their cultural difference is a big issue, and the older Chinese people are more stuck in their ways and they don't understand the Jamaican culture because we're more enthusiastic, we're more outgoing, and they're a bit more laid back, conservative. If you're going to a country and if you're going to be doing business in a country, it's up to you to change. It's up to you to adapt to that country so that your businesses will survive, so that you can make surplus of your business. It's not up to the people to change up and fix up for your benefit. No, you were the one that went to Jamaica. Now you're the one that needs to adapt. And if you Chinese people that are in Jamaica would actually integrate yourself in our communities, actually get to understand Jamaican people instead of having your little communities outside of the Jamaican community, having like a Chinese area and then you have like a Jamaica area. If it's migrated into the Jamaican areas and actually try to understand Jamaican people, maybe you guys would feel welcome. Maybe you guys wouldn't be targeted. And it's very wrong that criminals are targeting them. It's very, very wrong. Nobody should be targeted, especially if you have a business. That should be a benefit to a community if somebody opens a business in a specific community. So, my thoughts, the Chinese people need to integrate into the community, and if they want to feel more welcome, they need to understand that we have cultural differences and we're different people, and they're the one that's supposed to change and adapt when they come to our country, not us. And to the Jamaican people, to my Jamaican brothers and sisters, full time, it is full time that y'all start planting back on a cassava, start raising a hog, cow, and all these things, because these Chinese people are feeding you rat, cat, dog, horse, donkey, and all these things without you knowing, without your consent or your knowledge. So then they feed you all sorts of foolishness. They're fucking up your body, fucking up your digestive system. We have enough fucked up shit that goes through our digestive system every day. We don't need people to be falsely impersonating chicken and fish and all these things and giving it to us, okay? It's full time now. We start go back to old Jamaica, farming Jamaica, and stop depending on these people, because Jamaica depend on these Chinese people for their imported products. We need to be importing products out of Jamaica, not importing them back into Jamaica. We need to go back to the old days where importing food and stuff from Jamaica was a big business, okay? And honestly, the Chinese people talking about they don't feel welcome and they don't feel this and they don't feel that. Why are y'all still in Jamaica? Y'all are still making money. Y'all are still milking our communities for everything it has. So you talking about y'all leaving and you're making up migration plans is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry to say it, it's a bunch of bullshit, because if you guys didn't feel welcomed, if you guys felt like our cultural differences was such a big issue and it wasn't beneficial to you, y'all would have left a long time ago. So all that BS that you're talking about is all BS, because y'all have way more to gain being in Jamaica with your businesses than you have to lose, okay? Y'all make a lot of money out of the Jamaican communities each and every day, and y'all don't put any of it back into our communities. Y'all put it into your communities or send it back to your native land, to China. So what Jamaicans need to do is support people that is Jamaican, that putting back money into our communities, investing in our communities. And I don't know how many videos I have to say where Jamaican people need to start investing in their own. Chinese people talk about how them left and then they do this and they do that. If we were investing in our communities, making our own products, going back to the old days and farming and all these things, we wouldn't need any Chinese people to be in our country to provide any products at all, because we would still have our factories, we would still have manufacturing, and we would still be importing and making a lot of money importing products out of Jamaica. And that's what our people need to get back to. So that's my thoughts and opinions on this story. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me in the comment section what you think about these Chinese people talking about them I left Jamaica and they appear criminal, they target them, and the cultural difference. They don't like people call them Chinese, Mr. Chin or Mrs. Chin. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section, and tell me if you think Jamaica needs to go back to manufacturing and importing their own products, because I that me say and I that me mean. Anyway, I'm out of here. Deuce.
Even with the Chinese and the wholesalers, when they come up and they start up their business, I think for the first 5 years they don't have to pay tax, but they found a loophole around it where they try to open up other businesses, so they just keep on going and not paying any tax. That's what I've heard. And we don't have those same privileges as Jamaicans, so it's harder for us. And it's like, obviously the government wants them here because more business, more money in the economy, more jobs, but it's just like, why can't you provide all these benefits and resources to your own people? You know, like other countries do. Like, why are you for other people and not for Jamaicans? It's kind of crazy.
I don't know how difficult it is for you, but I actually can focus on more than one thing at the same time. I can express my concern for, what these black capitalists are doing in the country in which I live. And I can also focus on what is happening with a so-called Chinese takeover in Jamaica. I can focus on those two things at the same time. With that being said, from the discourse that I've seen online, not a lot of Jamaicans are focused on this so-called Chinese takeover. Sure, people whisper, but whenever I speak or when other creators speak out and say, we should have some grace for Haitian refugees who are seeking asylum in Jamaica, and we should have some grace for people who are suffering in Jamaica, and we should be careful of how we are allowing foreign capitalists to come and take over certain industries. It's the same Jamaicans at home who are attacking us. It's the same Jamaicans at home who are telling us to mind our business. I also believe that there are bigger issues at play. And one of those issues is the way in which Jamaicans, especially those at home, have been conditioned that certain things are the way they are and should stay the way they are. It's the way how Jamaicans at home have been conditioned to believe that certain people belong in certain tier. And that is why I have seen a surprising number of people to me who are very unconcerned and very supportive of this takeover that you speak of, which is why I'm leaving it alone. I thought about making a video about it, but I'm leaving it alone because the last time I spoke up on here about how certain people were basically trivializing our black culture and trying to whitewash our culture on this here platform, it was Jamaicans, many black Jamaicans, who came to their defense against me. So I have learned my lesson, and I'm going to leave you all to deal with that takeover. While I can, acknowledge that there are certain things that I am uncomfortable with, for the most part, I'm going to leave the Jamaicans to figure this one out.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching, and I really hope that you have watched those clips till the end and you have seen how the Jamaican ladies have come out and exposed the real reason why the Chinese investors are moving away from Jamaica. And these are the Chinese investors who came to invest in Jamaica, who are reliving the Jamaica, but they are not the Chinese Jamaicans who were born and raised in Jamaica. As we know, there are mixed race in Jamaica. The Jamaica country is made up of a different race and people from different religion. and the ones who are leaving Jamaica are the ones who came to invest, not the ones who were born and raised in Jamaica. So this lady has come out and pointed some real reason why this Chinese investors are moving from Jamaica. And the first reason is the migration process. These people were on migration process while they were working in Jamaica. They felt that when they get to a retirement age, they won't get those retirement benefit from a Jamaican government. So that is one of the reasons that they are moving out of Jamaica to go back to their country so that they could receive retirement benefit when they will retire. And they feel that they were working in Jamaica, but Jamaican government won't benefit them when they are retired, so they are moving back to their country so that they could enjoy their retirement benefits that will be given to them when they will retire. And another reason is insecurity. These Chinese investors, they feel that they are being targeted by criminals. They feel that their lives are in danger, and we have seen so many cases of robbery with violence targeting the Chinese investors. We have seen even others end up being killed by robberies in Jamaica, and this has really affected the Chinese investors. They are fearing for their lives. They are saying that they don't feel safe while in Jamaica, so they are going back to their country so that they could invest there and have that a secure place to live or to invest. And another reason is a culture difference. These people, they feel that there are so many differences between their culture and the Jamaican culture, and they are saying that the Jamaican culture does not favor them, so they don't feel being at home because of the Jamaican culture. And the Jamaican people are saying that they were not welcomed at the first place in their country. They didn't invite them, so if they feel that their culture does not favor them, they should go back to their country because they are not invited in Jamaica at the first place. And another reason is they feel that the Jamaican people are not welcoming, and because so we have seen so many Jamaicans people coming out in large numbers and complaining about these Chinese investors. They are saying that these Chinese investors are ruling over them. They are the ones who are setting price commodity in the market, and they feel that when these people are allowed to live in Jamaica, they will rule them. If they were given 2 more years to stay in Jamaica, these people will rule over them. So they feel that they are not safe while these Chinese investors are in their country. And we have seen that Jamaican people are complaining about their government allowing the Chinese investors to operate business while they are not tasked. They are being given a license of 5 years without being tasked, and this has really affected the Jamaicans traders. They are saying that they can't compete with people who are not being tasked while they are being tasked. So they want these Chinese investors to move out of their country because they are making their businesses to shut down, because they are the ones who are setting a price commodity. And remember, they are not being tasked, so they are selling their commodities on a lower price comparing to these Jamaican traders. And this has really affected the Jamaican traders to an extent of closing down their businesses. Others have been rendered jobless because they can't compete with them. When they compete, they will end up getting loss, and these people are making more profit. Remember, they are not being tasked, so they are making profit, and others are making loss. So they are saying that they should move out. They don't want them. They are angry towards the Chinese investors because they have destroyed their market. Remember, these people are the ones who are giving out and setting a price commodity, and they feel that these people are controlling our economy. These people, they should move out and go back to their country. And another reason, these people, they feel that their lives in Jamaica at risk, because we remember that a Chinese investor who opened a hotel, and he said that black Jamaicans are not welcome in that hotel, and this made the Jamaicans people to be angry, and they went and they burned down that hotel to ashes, and this reason made the Chinese investors to fear for their lives. So this reason made them to flee out of Jamaica, and we know for sure, if you mess with Jamaicans, they will mess up with you, they will deal with you mercilessly. And these Jamaican people, they don't joke with their peace. They value the peace that they have, they value that unity that they have among them. Despite of them being in different regime, they don't despite each other because of their skin color. They love each other as one. So guys, what is your thought on this? What do you think about the Chinese investors in Jamaica? Guys, let us meet at the comment section. Give out your reasons and give out your thoughts about this. And if this is your first time coming across my video, kindly subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment. See you in my next one. Love.